Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Tesla report for Wednesday, December 28th, 2022. Before I click on the charts like this one, I just want to encourage you to please click like each and every time you watch the daily Tesla report or the daily Apple report, and starting next week, the daily NVIDIA report. Also, subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It'll provide you notification each and every time new content has been uploaded that includes the daily Tesla report. And if you would, please share the content with friends and colleagues. Get the word out. We appreciate it a great deal. So this is this is a weekly chart. The first two charts I'm going to show are the weekly charts showing the big picture. Back in early October, we had a meaningful 2 to 3 month sell signal into the 160s, 170s, this band of channel support that I had thought might actually contain selling through Q1. And from there, we could turn higher, perhaps into later 23. But obviously, that hasn't happened. And a few weeks ago, we closed below this formation that starts at 163.04 and ends at 171.15. You can see it in the support resistance column upper right. By the way, I don't know if you realize it or not, but this document is free and downloadable. It's a PDF document. You can click on these charts. It'll take you to the respective page and show the exact support and resistance levels for the day exactly as you see them right here. So the sell signal that occurred a few weeks ago anticipated what is now a met objective. We're in the middle of it right now between a wide zone of channel support. The next channel support on the weekly chart between 104.10 and 115.80. We're smack dab in the middle of it right now. We'll probably test 104.10 today. Perhaps below 109.66. I think that is in reach. 104.10. This channel bottom is what I consider to be kind of the slippage factor below 115.80. 115.80 is the actual channel formation that is in the middle of the two highs that it's based on, but you cannot ignore an extension off of that channel formation off the preceding low. I've seen it many times where it contains the actual selling pressures on a longer term basis. So 104.10 to 115.80, we're in the midst of testing this longer term support, and from here we can rally back into the 160s, 170s again by the end of January, perhaps. That is a significant zone that we'll need to get up and over for longer term bullish continuation. As I've been saying, and I'm not going to belabor the point, but in terms of being a long-term investor in Tesla, if you're looking at buying Tesla long-term, I mean, you can, and by long-term, I'm talking investing into later 23. I would do it on strength and not necessarily bottom pick this zone. This zone is well equipped for day traders, 1 to 2 week swing traders, and near-term investors, more speculative, who are looking at the 3 to 5 week time horizon, because as I say, above 104.10 to 115.80, we can push into the 160s, 170s. So let's talk about, let's back up just a little bit. I'm going to show you today's resistance. This is the daily chart. So the rest of what I'm going to show you is the daily chart. And for the day, those same formations that I showed you are 115.70 down to 104.10. As it turns out, 115.70 is just below this meaningful former descending channel bottom that we clearly violated on Tuesday for the very first time after testing it Thursday and Friday of last week. So 115.70 to 116.67 is a meaningful zone of resistance that can contain buying possibly through the rest of the week, and below which the 104.50, actually 104.10 on the weekly chart, remains, I'm going to say, a 1 to 2 day target, and we may well reach it today. I'll also say, as I look at this chart, that if we close today above 116.67, good low for the week, possibly into later January, because that could be the buy signal whereby we could reach back into the 163.04 to 171.15 region, which is up here on the chart where the circle is, within 2 or 3 weeks of closing above 116.67. So pushing or opening today above 116.67, 127.71 is in reach. That is nothing more than a short-term descending channel top, and also a combination trend line off these lows. 127.71 if tested today. And once again, I'm not anticipating it unless we push through that 116.67 level I just showed you. 127.71 able to contain daily buying pressures. But as I say, if we close above 116.67, I think that's a pretty good go with to the upside. So for those of you who are sniffing around for a good low, at least a near-term low, in Tesla, I think a settlement above 116.67 would be your signal. Expecting 127.71 tomorrow, if not tested today. The 142.79 long-term former trend line within 3 to 5 days, perhaps, of closing above 116.67. And then, as I say, closing above 116.67, which is this chart once again here, closing above 116.67. I do think within 2 or 3 weeks we can rally back into that 163.04 to 171.15 region, where the market can top out into February and even fall off again from there to new lows, back to this channel support here. So it could be the battle of channels, really, as we move into February trade. This area able to contain monthly selling pressures. We rally back into the low 160s to 170s, where we could top out through the balance of Q1 and fall off again from there back to this channel bottom, which by late January is around $90 a share, $89.49 to be exact, up to 101.12. Hi, if you enjoy watching our daily Tesla report, you'll love our daily Triple Q and SPY reports. They're presented in the same 5 to 10 minute video format. Our daily SPY and Triple Q analysis provides directional market signals that are correlated with highly specific price support and resistance levels. Whether your trading time horizon is short or longer term, we promise you a distinctive edge in your trading of the SPY and Triple Q. We offer a 5-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So go to wickedstocks.com right now and start receiving your daily SPY and daily Triple Q reports today. Now, I know the question begs, if we close, and I really want to wait the week out, there's just a few days left, but if we close Friday below 104.10, this sell-off, the heaviness of it, especially the last few weeks, merely continues. And it continues in this sort of a descending vertical manner. This is my opinion, of course. And I do think that under that scenario, by the end of February, we may give it all the way back to the March 2020 2336 low. There will be little levels on the way down. 91 even stands out. That I don't even have that marked here. That is the sort of double bottom here on the weekly chart going back to 2020. This area here, as I recall, is in the upper 60s, so forth and so on. But honestly, within a couple of months of closing below 104.10, say by the end of February, we could actually retest this 2336 March 2020 COVID low. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can say. I'll just mention as I look again at this chart, I just want you to know that if we push above 116.67, we do have these minor points very well suited for aggressive day traders. I also have neglected to mention that 109.66, I think I mentioned at the start of the video, can contain intraday buying, and below which 104.10, 104.50 on the daily chart. I'll let you choose which one you want to use, whether it's 104.50 or 104.10 is expected. So opening below 109.66, we are likely to test 104.10 today. And if we close below 104.10 today, we could, by Friday's close, test this 91 even level. But until then, we are in the midst of a band of long-term support that can absorb selling through January, and from here we can rally back to even longer-term resistance in the 163.04 to 171.15 region by the end of January. Let's talk upside today. If we push or open above 109.66, 115.70 is likely. This area able to contain buying through Friday, and below which 104.50 likely over that time horizon. Closing today above 116.67, not only a good low for the week, but quite possibly into later January, as I would expect 127.71 tomorrow, 142.79 within 3 to 5 days, and over the next 3 to 5 weeks at the most, a return to this 163.04 to 171.15 region, which is a range of resistance able to contain buying into later Q1. And this is the last thing I'll say. If we can close above 171.15 at the end of any week, That is your show of strength for Tesla as we move into later Q1 and even into later year. And that is the signal for buying this market as an investor on a longer term basis into later 23. Until then, this thing looks pretty ugly. I think you would acknowledge. And if we close below 104.10 on Friday, even uglier. That is all I've got, actually, for Wednesday's Daily Tesla Report. I'll be back tomorrow with Thursdays. Please click like and subscribe. You have a great evening.